Hey guys, so I'm going to be giving you my first impressions from each of the 6 games I've played as part of the Humble Choice bundle for August 2020, letting you know my first impressions and whether or not I intend to continue with the games after trying them out for a couple of hours each. Okay, so the first game on our list is Automachef, or as I like to refer to it as Burger Punk 2077. It's a resource management puzzler where you design kitchens, program machinery and attempt to create the world's first AI fast food restaurant. I would describe this game as a mix between Overcooked and say Portal. You've got to complete varying recipes in a set time and there's some witty lines from a robot narrator sprinkled in between each of the levels. I find myself asking, who is this game for? The love child of Ronald McDonald and Elon Musk? The potential robotronics engineer of the future who will revolutionise the efficiency of burger chains forever? Who knows? As an engineer myself, I find this game to be a little close to the day job. I could feel myself genuinely getting annoyed when I overspent or didn't achieve maximum efficiency with my delivery setup. What happened? Played this game for an hour or so, but personally I won't be going back to it. For me, this is what is sometimes referred to as a busman's holiday, when an activity or hobby is meant to be enjoyable but is perhaps too closely related to one's work life. Secondly, we have Wargroove, a turn-based tactical game which was originally released back in February 2019. This game wins the award for having an awesome intro, which is the biggest misrepresentation of gameplay I've seen in a while. It's previously been described as a love letter to existing games in the franchise, such as Advance Wars and the Game Boy Advance. It's also available on Switch, Xbox and PlayStation. I'll start by saying this is for a very specific niche, those who have the time and patience available to carefully plan and carry out each of their decisions. It's a single player campaign which begins with the assassination of the King of Cherrystone, inciting a war with the undead Felhelm Legion. We then follow the rest of the story as Princess seeking revenge for her father's death. There's the usual assortment of RTS mechanics in the game. You'll have to command a variety of troops with different attack styles and buffs, as well as managing currency to use in battle. I played this for almost 2 hours, and although it's not my usual cup of tea, I do think I will return to it to put some time in and see if I can get further through the story. Next up we have A Case of Distrust, a narrative-driven 2D point-and-click mystery game set to the backdrop of 1920s San Francisco. You play as no-nonsense private detective Phyllis Malone, exploring the back alley pool halls and secret Prohibition-era bars, chasing down potential suspects and evidence. I'd say this game gets off to a slow start, but once you get into the style, and especially the music of the game, it really draws you in. It's just my tempo. From what I've read online, it's not a very long game, maybe only 3 or 4 hours, and again, this won't be to everyone's taste, but if perhaps you are someone who enjoyed the Telltale series and you're looking for something a little bit more obscure, this might be the one for you, old sport. If it hadn't been for my damn social life, I probably could have finished this in one sitting, and with the lack of notable interface, I feel like that's the way the developer intended. I'll definitely be jumping back online to finish this one soon. Alright, now we have Through the Darkest of Times, which probably left the biggest impression on me out of the games in this list. Set in 1930s Berlin, you'll be tasked with leading an anti-fascist resistance movement in the dark but albeit powerful strategy game. You'll be tasked with building your group of rebels, aid in growing your unit, recruiting new members and carrying out missions to decrease the foothold that the Nazis have over each district. Each member you recruit has their own random strengths, weaknesses and attributes which can help or harm your chances of success in a mission. For example, sending an atheist to ask the local priest for support probably won't go down well. There's also the risk of running into the local authorities, being imprisoned or even losing a member due to internal conflict regarding personal values. Although we've played many war games in the past which see us fighting in opposition to the Nazis, I think what really makes this game stand out is that it's uncomfortable and you don't feel invincible. You're not running around with a Tommy gun and picking up stick grenades off your dead enemies. You're made to feel powerless. You're thrust into the reality of a nation divided under Hitler's rule. The game doesn't hold back, forcing you to wrap your head around the difficult choices faced by many during this time. I'll definitely be returning to this one, and I hope many others check it out too. Okay, game number 5, so now we're moving to horror of a different nature, with the Korean indie title Coma 2 The Vicious Sisters. Well, what have I got to say about this one? Would I have ever played this without Humble? Not a chance. But that being said, I was on the edge of my seat throughout my playthrough. Well, except the times where I was off my seat in the air after a jump scare. I haven't played the first game, so therefore was clueless to just what the hell was going on, but isn't that the case with the majority of anime titles and similar games of the genre anyway? It starts a little slow and pleasant enough as you make your way through the halls of your school, meeting friends as you go along. But of course, everything goes tits up pretty quick and anarchy ensues. Kids with these glasses are always up to no good. That little tubby demon worshipping fuck. Anyway, what follows next is essentially Alice in Wonderland mixed with a heavy concoction of Class A drugs, making our way through the Korean equivalent of the Upside Down. We'll come across multiple spooky spirits which make our life a living hell as we try to get our protagonist Mina Park back to our normal world. Was this scary? Christ yes. Will I keep it installed? Most definitely, but I think I'll be playing this in bite-sized chunks to keep my heart healthy and pants clean, or maybe I'll sell my soul for the views and stream it over on Twitch. Anyway, last up is We Were Here Together, which is a cooperative puzzle adventure set in and around a mysterious castle in Antarctica. It came out in October of last year and is currently on Steam for around £10. The game is the third entry in the We Were Here series and it's all about cooperative discovery, puzzle solving and immersion. But unfortunately, I'm a Billy No Mates and couldn't find a game with anyone as it seems to be everyone plays this in private parties. I've joined the Discord server, so hopefully I can report back with some gameplay in part 2 of this video. Let me know down in the comments if you've got it and if you'd be up for playing sometime. Well guys, I hope you enjoyed the video and learned about some interesting games which may have been under your radar. All of these are yours to keep if you sign up for Humble Choice, which has a limited offer of £10 per month, which includes 12 games each time right now. I'll leave a link in the bio if you fancy checking it out, and thanks for watching, and as always, if you liked the video, subscribe for more.